If you're looking at a $3 million home in Brentwood or Franklin, Tennessee, you need to know one number before anything else, and it's probably not the one you've been thinking about. It's not the purchase price, it's the monthly number, because when you factor in your mortgage at today's rates, Williamson County property taxes and HOA fees for the communities people actually want to live in, that number looks very different from what Zillow is showing you. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the real, complete monthly cost of owning a $2 million, a $3 million, and a $5 million home in both Brentwood and Franklin, side by side with actual numbers. No fluff, no estimates. So let's get into it. Before we get into the numbers, if you're in the process of researching a move to the Williamson County area, my team, I would love to work with you as I work with families and retirees on this transition every week. There's a link in the description to grab my free Nashville relocation guide, book a call directly with me, or start your own custom home search. All free, zero pressure. Okay. Let's run some numbers. Most buyers, especially people coming from out of state, focused almost entirely on the purchase price. And I get it, it's the big number on the listing. But the purchase price is a one-time event. The monthly cost is every single month for the next 30 years. So here's how I'm going to break this down. For each price point, $2 million, $3 million, and $5 million, I'm going to give you three components. One, the estimated mortgage payment at current rates with a standard down payment. Two, the Williamson County property tax monthly equivalent. And three, typical HOA fees for real communities at that price point. Add those three together and you have your true monthly cost of ownership. That's the number you should be budgeting around. Now, let's start at $2 million. At a $2 million purchase price with 20% down, you're financing $1.6 million at approximately 6.75% on a 30-year fixed, and update the rate to whatever the current number is when you're watching this. Your principal payment and interest lands at around $10,380 per month. Property taxes in Williamson County run roughly 0.7% of assessed value on average. That's one of the reasons people move here from California or New Jersey, by the way. On a $2 million home, that's about $14,000 a year or $1,167 per month. HOA fees at this price point vary a lot by community. In a newer Williamson County community like Stevens Valley, you're typically looking at $120 to $150 a month. In a more established Brentwood community, it can range from $150 to $400 a month depending on the amenities. So when you add that up, your all-in monthly ownership cost at $2 million is approximately $11,700 to $12,000 per month. And that's before insurance and maintenance. That's the real number. Now, let's step up to $3 million. This is the most common range I'm working with families relocating right now. And it's exactly what most people are Googling when they find this video. At $3 million with 20% down, you're financing $2.4 million. At 6.75%, that mortgage payment is roughly $15,570 per month on principal and interest. Property taxes at this value come in at around $21,000 a year or $1,750 a month. Still significantly lower than what most of my clients will be paying back in California, New York, or New Jersey on a home worth considerably less. HOA at this price point gets more interesting. In Laurelbrook, one of the most sought after gated communities in Franklin, HOA runs in the $400 to $450 per month range and includes common area maintenance, security, and community amenities. In the Governor's Club in Brentwood, you're looking at closer to $400 to $500 per month with access to a private golf membership to the Arnold Palmer signature course. All in at $3 million, you're looking at approximately $17,500 to $17,900 per month. Budget for $18,000 and you're in a safe place. Now, at $5 million, you're on the ultra luxury tier, and this market exists here. Brentwood in particular has a meaningful inventory of homes in this range, and we're seeing buyers from the coast come in and pay cash or put significantly more than 20% down. Now, let's run it at 20% down for consistency. You're financing $4 million. At 6.75%, that's approximately $25,950 per month in mortgage alone. Property taxes at $5 million assessed value are about $35,000 a year or $29.17 a month. HOA at this tier, you're often in a true estate level community. Annandale and Franklin, for example, which is a semi-private golf community, carries HOA fees in the $600 to $800 range per month. Some gated estates in Brentwood are in a similar range. So all in at $5 million, you're looking at roughly $29,500 to $29,700 per month. Call it $30,000 month to budget cleanly. Now, here's where it gets nuanced, and this is the question I get more than any other. Is Brentwood or Franklin worth more per dollar? The purchase prices are comparable. Actually, Franklin has a slightly higher average sales price starting at around $1.1 million at the entry level, while Brentwood's existing homes average $900,000 to $1 million, but the monthly costs diverge in a specific way. In Brentwood, your HOA fees on established communities tend to be lower because a lot of those neighborhoods were built before HOA structures became as elaborate as they are in modern Franklin communities. Your property tax is assessed the same way. Williamson County rate applies to both. So the mortgage is the same. What changes is the HOA. And in Brentwood, you're often paying less monthly in HOA, but buying into a more mature, already developed neighborhood. In Franklin, especially in new construction communities like Sawyers Creek and Legends Ridge, you're paying a higher HOA, but in exchange you're getting community pools, fitness centers, walking trails, and sometimes full gate security and social programming. For families with kids, that HOA often means replacing a gym membership, a pool club membership, and a social calendar all at once. Neither is wrong. They're just different value equations, and the right answer depends entirely on what your family actually wants to use. I want to answer this question that I know is in the back of your mind right now. What income do I actually need to qualify for these homes? The general rule lenders use is that your total housing costs, mortgage, taxes, HOA, insurance should not exceed 28 to 36% of your gross monthly income, depending on the lender and the loan type. So let's run that math quickly. At $2 million, your total monthly cost is roughly $12,000. To keep that under 30% of gross income, you're looking at a household income of approximately $480,000 a year. At $3 million, the same math puts you at around $700,000 to $720,000, and at $5 million, you're looking at $1.1 to $1.2 million in annual household income to comfortably be within these ratios. Now, a lot of buyers in this market are coming in with substantial equity from a home sale, a business exit, or a stock event, and they're putting more than 20% down, which changes these numbers significantly. If you want to run a specific scenario based on your actual down payment and current rates, book a call with me. The link is in the description, and I'm happy to walk through it. Here's the context I want to leave with you before the close. If you're coming from California, New York, New Jersey, or Illinois, you're looking at these monthly numbers and maybe feeling a little sticker shock. I understand that, but here's what you may not be factoring in. Tennessee has zero state income tax. On a $700,000 household income, you're keeping an extra $45,000 to $70,000 per year compared to what you pay in California or New York. That's 3 to 5 months of payments on a $3 million mortgage payment recovered entirely just by changing your state of residency. When you run the complete picture, not just in the mortgage, but your savings on your income taxes, what Williamson County property tax looks like versus New Jersey or California rates, and what you're getting in return in terms of schools and quality of life, the math always shifts in favor of the move. I've seen it with nearly every client I've worked with. All right, if you made it this far, you now have the real numbers, not the Zillow estimate, not a back and napkin guess, but the actual 3-part monthly cost formula for luxury homes in Brentwood and Franklin, Tennessee. Here's how to take this further. First, I put together a free Nashville-area relocation guide that goes deep on the neighborhoods, price ranges, the school district breakdown, and a checklist for your first visit. The link is in the description below. Grab it, it's completely free. Second, if you want to run these numbers on a specific home you've been watching, or you want to understand what your budget actually looks like once you factor in your down payment and your income, book a free call with me directly. No sales pitch, just a real conversation about your situation. That link is also in the description. And third, if you're ready to start looking at actual homes right now, I've got a free custom home search tool in the description where you can filter by community, price range, school zone, and more. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me, what price point are you researching and which community has caught your attention the most, Brentwood or Franklin? I read every single one. If you found this breakdown useful, hit the subscribe button. I put out content specifically for people navigating the Williamson County luxury market every single week. And next week, I'm going deep on what separates the top builders in Franklin from the ones you want to avoid. I'm Jack LaRon. I'll see you in the next one.